Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Walden. This is Worm. I'm playing the bundle for racial equality that Itch.io put out. Let's get into this. I have no idea what this game is about, but I know the controller works for it.
I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately. To front only the essential facts of life, and not, when I came to die, discover that I had not lived. I wanted to live deep and suck out all the marrow of life, to live so sturdily and Spartan-like as to reduce it to its lowest terms, and, if it proved to be mean, to get the whole and genuine meanness of it, or if it were sublime, to know it by experience, and to give a true account of it.
Okay. To begin living Thoreau's experiment, seek out the glittering arrowheads throughout the woods. The first one is on the rock between you and the cabin. Oh, those are pretty big. Press A. Okay. I was worried that it was going to be like arrowhead sized.
When I wrote the following pages, or rather the bulk of them, I lived alone in the woods, a mile from any neighbor, in a house which I had built myself, on the shore of Walden Pond, in Concord, Massachusetts, and earned my living by the labor of my hands only. When I first took up my abode in the woods, my house was not finished. It was a pleasant hillside where I worked, covered with pine woods, through which I looked out on the pond, and a small open field in the woods where pines and hickories were springing up.
Oh, okay. LT and use the right stick to make the motion shown on the arrow. Alright. Okay. I'm doing it. Oh, I have to like go and redo it every time. I can't just keep holding it down. I have completed 2 walls. Hooray! So this is an educational game. So it's like, I don't actually want to read Thoreau, but I want to learn about Thoreau. So this is a kind of an interesting way of doing that. Oh, my walls are showing up. I thought there was a glitch. I'm so tired. I just wanted to finish that one. No, I'm out of energy. How do I leave? Okay, I just leave. Yeah. I'm gonna walk in the woods. Or maybe I'll find a bear. I know that when I'm tired, when I'm exhausted, I like to go for a walk. No, I don't. That'll just make you more tired. There's a path. I saw a rabbit running around earlier. Oh, I can run. Good. Because, yeah. Timer. Timer, 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 timer. Timer. Need to set a timer. Oh my god. Come on, let me set it. Let me set it. There we go. Alright. Like, I know a little bit of Thoreau. Not much. I haven't read any, but we studied him a little bit in college. Okay. It shows me where I am. This page is... Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing peacocks and woodpeckers, I think. Might be flickers. Can I go over to there? No. Like, no, you're in the woods. No leaving the woods. I don't know why, but like part of me is going like, give me a jump scare, make me scared. Probably because so many horror games take place in the woods, and it's very similar to this. But that's not gonna happen. I need to go back now that I think I've gotten more energy. And I need to work on my house, get a ceiling. You know, really, this should be exhausting me more because I'm running in the woods. Can I do anything with this? Ah. Stem's 30 or 40 years old, at least, who'll still be sound at the core. The sapwood has all become vegetable mold. It appears by the scales of thick bark forming a ring level with the earth 4 or 5 inches distant from the heart. Oh. This game is definitely like, relax, don't run, just do it, just be nice. And I'm like,
I never found the companion that was so companionable as solitude. A man thinking or working is always alone. Let him be where he will. Solitude is not measured by the miles of space that intervene between a man and his fellows.
Alright. Fill up my inspiration. Okay. I've got $1.89. I'm not reading all this. Especially since it's already been read out loud to me. You have to deliberately slow down for this game. This grass stands like an Indian chief, taking a last look at the beloved hunting grounds. His expression haunted me for a week after I first passed and noticed it at like a glance of an eye. I'm not looking at any grass. I always read chief and chef backwards. Yeah, there's no grass here. Is that my house? Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay. There's some grass. The tall, rough goldenrod makes a thicket higher than my head. What a change there will be in a few years. This little forest of goldenrod giving way to a forest of pines. That is not past my head. None of these are past my head. I'm literally doing that. I am doing that right now.
Interesting.
I may make my supper of blueberries and lay up a store for several days. The fruits do not yield to their true flavor to the purchaser of them, nor to him who raises them for a market. It is early summer. The plant is ripe. Press A to pick. They look like a JPEG. I don't know if I have to move. I don't. I was like, but there's berries over there. Wow. Like, yeah, they're a JPEG, but they're moving well, and it's not annoyingly a JPEG. Okay, I got as much food as I can store. I was expecting the jar to go green, not the image. There's something on the ground, but I'm not touching that yet. I want this first. Yes, I do. I need a roof. Can I make those here? Yes, I know. Okay, so that also turns green when it's done. The bricks are gone.
July 4th, 1845. Dearest Henry, Congratulations on the start of your experiment. I hope that the work goes well and the ideas are fruitful. Mr. Emerson says you are intent to devour yourself in our woods, but I hope that you will remember to take good care and keep yourself well. Mother worries, as do I. Your loving sister, Sophia.
Huh. Interesting pronunciation. Wow! Being outside and working on wood only has filled my entire building.
There is some of the same fitness in a man's building his own house that there is in a bird's building its own nest. Who knows, but if men constructed their dwellings with their own hands and provided food for themselves and families simply and honestly enough, the poetic faculty would be universally developed, as birds universally sing when they are so engaged.
Knife. I think maybe that might just be a part of an antler. There we go. Ah, I've had by my own experience a few implements: a knife, an axe, a spade, a wheelbarrow, etc. And for the studious, lamplight, stationery, and access to a few books ranked next to necessities, it can all be obtained at a trifling cost. Fire. I sometimes left a good fire when I went to take a walk in the winter afternoon. When I returned 3 or 4 hours afterward, it would still be alive and glowing. You are fully rested. I am fully rested, or the fireplace is? Let him who has work to do recollect that the object of clothing is first to retain the vital heat. Your clothes have some wear. Let's mend it. Oops, wrong thing. Okay. Like, why are you telling me about animals right now? While I'm sewing. He really wants me to handle animals. Yes, I know. So I'm doing what I can now. But you keep distracting me, so I hurt myself. Wow, it will not stop telling me new things. It's like, guys, I am sewing right now. I guess because sewing is boring. There, I ever close my clothes. I was confused because I was like, but it's not on the rack. I have not heard a clock chime.
What are you doing now? Emerson asked. Do you keep a journal? So I make my first entry today.
Okay. Yes, I know this. I wrote that. Wake where you are. That's interesting. I can wake somewhere else? What does that mean? Weird. My door is open. I don't think I have a door. You could have just come in.
July 1845. Dear Henry, you've told me yourself that it is difficult to begin anything without borrowing, and I know that you can use an axe, so I've left one for you in my front yard by the chopping stump. Do come by any time to fetch it. Perhaps we can discuss the new lecture I am working on while you are here. Your friend, Ralph Waldo Emerson.
That's interesting because it already says I have one. Woodchoppers, spending their lives in the fields and woods, are often in a more favorable mood for observing nature than philosophers or poets even. You could chop firewood here if you had an axe, but when I looked at the knife it said I had an axe. I am confusion. I amused myself with looking through the spyglass at the tops of the woods and the horizon. It was pleasant to bring them so near and individualize the trees. I could easily have seen a hawk standing over the top of the wood, and possibly his nest in some higher tree. Okay. No, wait. Yeah, that is where I want to go. I want to go to Emerson's. Okay, so I want to go straight forward. Gotcha. Let's go straight forward. Ignores the fact that this game is supposed to be leisure. Gotta run. Gotta go. Fast, fast, fast. Tell me about this tree. The fish pine is a very seedy tree and is peculiarly bent on extending its domains. It begins to bear when very small, sometimes when less than 2 feet tall. And here's a bigger one that's just going to be in my way. Going to Emerson's. Oh, no, that's just a log. I thought I saw an arrowhead and I was like, what? Oh, that's cool. Are they crimson or vermilion? I am not sure, but the bunches of the sumac berries are handsomest when but partly turned, the green berries showing a velvety crimson cheek. Say about August 1st, or early in August. I wish I could just hold down the button instead of having to mash it. But that's okay. At least I've got it on controller. What was that? I thought I saw something moving. A big dark shape. Maybe it was a Bigfoot. Alright. This Emerson's? Yes. My mentor and friend. Yes, I know. But I want this hula hoop. How contagious are boys' games? A short time ago, they were spinning tops all the country over. Now every boy has a stick curved at the end for hockey in his hand. Whether in yards or in distant lanes, I meet them. You have toys earns 3 cents. Give me that axe. That is not how I take an axe. Oh, I can just use his axe. I don't get to keep it. There's an arrowhead.
Men have become the tools of their tools. The man who independently plucked the fruits when he was hungry has become a farmer. And he who stood under a tree for shelter, a housekeeper. We now no longer camp as for a night, but have settled down on earth and forgotten heaven.
Okay. But what can I make here? Why would I want to? I can just work on my house from here. Right. Oh, but it costs. Oh no, I'm making money by working on someone else's house. Gotcha. That's fine. Arrowhead.
It's very good to make your acquaintance, Mr. Thoreau. Your sister seems to believe our thoughts and philosophies are very much aligned. It is good to find a youth so interested in the finer fruits of thought.
Yes. I know, I'm great. Give me that fucking toy. Give me your fucking money. That's how the vine goes, right? Yeah. Dum dum. Alrighty. Oh, people actually don't look bad in here. I was expecting humans to look bad. So you have to keep coming back.
Dear Miss Fuller, it was a pleasure to meet you, and thank you for the introductions to such brilliant new company. I am sure that writers such as these will fill our new journal with rays of golden talent. I have another name to add to the roster of our dial, Mr. Henry David Thoreau, a fine, brave youth of this town from whom I expect great things. I will send you some of his work soon. My son, young Waldo, is very well, and wife Lydian sends her love. R.W. Emerson.
Okay. I'm gonna read another one.
Recommendation for Henry David Thoreau. I cordially recommend Mr. Henry D. Thoreau, a graduate of Harvard University in August 1837, to the confidence of such parents or guardians as may propose to employ him as an instructor. I have the highest confidence in Mr. Thoreau's moral character and in his intellectual ability. He is an excellent scholar, a man of energy and kindness, and I shall esteem the town fortunate that secures his services. R. Waldo Emerson.
You named your son after yourself. That's not that unusual, especially back then. But it's still like, what are you doing? Wait, I can get full of money? I just noticed that it can turn green.
Good afternoon.
Just wasn't expecting people to look great because I was like, well, they're not major. They're not going to be in here that much, so why would they spend time on them? Okay. Reading all your books. Reading all your books. I'm sure this will help me, but I'm not really paying attention. Also, every book is only 4 pages. Are these blocks? Okay, I wasn't sure if those were blocks or like something actually important. Why are you giving me 3 cents to clean your house? You didn't ask me to do that.
Oh, Henry, how goes your new experiment? Has genius struck yet at my woodlot?
I think it's going well.
Yes, in fact, the experiment is going quite well.
Excellent to hear. I do look forward to reading your new work. I hope you are keeping a good journal, full of your insights about life in the woods.
Certainly.
Certainly.
Sorry.
Well, thank you. I know you're quite busy with your own work, but I need help finding my copy of Homer's Iliad. I saw that you were reading it down by your new cabin. Do you still have it there?
I haven't
seen it, but I can look for it.
Wonderful. Let me mark the very spot I think I left it on your map so that you can find it. In the meanwhile, I found some books on bean planting and local wildlife you might find useful. I put them on the table in my library for you.
I've already read them.
That shouldn't be difficult to find. I'll see you again soon.
Okay. Like, I would say that this is a surviving simulator, but it's just a thorough simulator.
Interesting.
Shall I not have intellect with the earth? Or intelligence with the earth? Am I not partly leaves and vegetables mold myself? Dude, no, you're not. Unless you're going with the you are what you eat kind of thing. Where did he put it? Is it that? Wait. No, what is that? Task? Oh, it's over there. Okay, gotcha. It's over by my stump. Stump. Okay. I do want to see a bear. What was that? That was a cow. I do not see a cow. I bet I cannot get over this fence at any point in time. That was a bird. I will not get close to any animal if I am running. That's okay.
All sound heard at the greatest possible distance produces one and the same effect. The vibration of the universal lyre. Just as the intervening atmosphere makes a distant ridge of the earth interesting to our eyes by the azure tint it imparts to it.
Okay. I don't have to stand still while doing that. Alright, good. Blackberries. Another JPEG of blackberries anyway. This is a weird angle to be looking at them at. The food stores are getting low. Okay. Am I full yet? Nope. It's really hard to fill up on just berries. Okay. I am a woodsman. I live in the woods. My last name is Wood. That's why my Let's Play channel is called Wormwood Plays, because my nickname is Worm. And my last name is Wood. What?
I'm no more lonely than the loon in the pond that laughs so loud, or than Walden Pond itself. I am no more lonely than a single mullein or dandelion in a pasture, or a bean leaf, or a sorrel, or a horsefly, or a bumblebee. I am no more lonely than the millbrook, or a weathercock, or the North Star, or the south wind, or an April shower, or a January thaw, or the first spider in a new house.
So that makes sense because none of them are alone. They're all things that are with other things.
My house was on the side of a hill, immediately on the edge of the larger wood, in the midst of a young forest of pitch pines and hickories, and half a dozen rods from the pond, to which a narrow footpath led down the hill. In my front yard grew the strawberry, blackberry, and life everlasting, John's wort and goldenrod, shrub oaks and sand cherry, blueberry and groundnut.
Days are short. Oh, whoops. I didn't even realize that was a rabbit. I was just like, there's a thing over here.
Regularly at 7:30, in one part of the summer, after the evening train had gone by, the whippoorwills chanted their vespers for half an hour, sitting on a stump by my door, or upon the ridge pole of the house.
Okay.
The necessaries of life for man in this climate may, accurately enough, be distributed under the several heads of food, shelter, clothing, and fuel. For not till we have secured these are we prepared to entertain the true problems of life with freedom and a prospect of success.
I thought I saw an arrowhead on here. Now it's gone. I don't want that. No. I'm trying to figure out how to use my lantern. There we go. And book. Book. That's actually why I was going over to these stones. So I was like, well, maybe, is that where the book is? How far away is it? Oh, there it is. There's an arrowhead.
My residence was more favorable, not only to thought, but to serious reading than a university. And though I was beyond the range of the ordinary circulating library, I had more than ever come within the influence of those books which circulate round the world.
I was trying to get close to that rabbit, but then I ran away. So I was like, I'll just get the
I
arrowhead.
kept Homer's Iliad on my table through the summer, though I looked at his page only now and then.
Okay. Thank you for that. That was illuminating. That was totally worth my time. I wonder if the whole book is in here. I would not be surprised. Me trying to put the thing away. No, I don't need that. No, I'm just trying to put the lantern away.
I learned that it would cost incredibly little trouble to obtain one's necessary food, even in this latitude. That a man may use as simple a diet as the animals, and yet retain health and strength.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was A to pull the lantern out. No, I don't need that. I just want to put my lantern away. Oh my god, leave me alone. Leave me alone! The snails. What are you doing now? Emerson asked. Do you keep a journal? So I make my first entry today. I did that yesterday. Like, I'm trying to go to bed because I know that it's nighttime. But it's not interested in me sleeping yet. It's like, it's 7. Time for sleep. I wonder if I can do it from that distance. Talk to an animal. Or look at an animal. Yeah, I can hear the clock. The furniture consisted of a bed, a table, a desk, 3 chairs, a looking glass 3 inches in diameter, a pair of tongs and andirons, a kettle. Too bad. You're going to sleep now. like where you are. Okay. Let's go back to Emerson's, I guess. Run through those woods. Make the same exact path you did yesterday. That'll be fun. No, this is a different path. Am I going the right way? Yeah. But I'm definitely going a different route. Which is good. Good means more exploration. More berries. Because I do run out of those. I wonder if I need to do any repairs on my house. Okay. Oh. I really just thought there was a glass of milk next to me that had been out for months, but it was just a glass next to some paper. So it was shining through white. That's a stump. I can run towards that. I thought it was an animal, and they're like, no, do not run. Rocks. To what end, pray, is so much stone hammered? Nations are possessed with an innate ambition to perpetuate the memory of themselves with the amount of hammered stone they leave. I love better to see stones in place. A stump. It is a soothing employment on one of those fine days in the fall when all the warmth of the sun is fully appreciated, to sit on a stump on such a height as this, overlooking the pond, and study the dimpling circles which are incessantly inscribed on its otherwise invisible surface amid the reflected skies and trees. Is everything in here a JPEG? So I'm just like looking at the texture and like, that's a photo. The sink foil is closed on a cloudy day, and when the sun shines, it is turned towards it. But yeah, that's just a photo. Which is a good way of doing textures. Especially for a game like this. If it was a game like Doom or something, it could work, but you're going to need to maneuver it a lot. I can't believe that this is not as much energy. There was something over there. That was Waldo. Okay. The sun. That fool. That looks way too old to be playing with blocks.
Ah, hello.
Hello.
Ah, you found my home. Good for you, Henry. I wanted to look at that passage about the generations of mankind and how they're like the autumn leaves. You know the one I mean.
Yes, I've read it.
Yes, I've read it.
Well, that's good. I'd hoped you would, and that it would give you inspiration. Your experiment reminds me of the image of heroic life that Homer gives us. I wonder, can we all make our lives heroic in our quality of living, if not on the field of battle? Since you're here, I've also been looking all over for my works of Confucius. I was reading it the other day down by the marsh. Have you seen it there, by any chance?
I haven't seen, but
I
I can
haven't
look.
seen it, but I can look for it.
Wonderful. Let me mark the very spot I think I left it on your map so that you can find it.
That shouldn't be difficult to find. I'll see you again soon.
Okay. That's a book. I have not cut any firewood. I probably need to. Because I can't even see, like, the symbol for it is so quick that I don't really know. Alright. So that is time. Alright. Seems like a nice leisurely game. Good way of learning the story without being over-encumbered. Especially if you're not one for reading long philosophical novels. Yeah, it's sweet. The music is good. The animal noises are a little repetitive, but that's okay. It is a lot of JPEGs, but that kind of works for it. I think they did a good job. Alright. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this lovely walk. You guys have a great day. Adios.